Microsoft is kind of banging its head on 207. BA is bopping around 180.
I think I'm broadcasting. We'll find out in a moment.
Okay, so NVIDIA's breaking out here. Yes, it is.
There we
NVIDIA.
go.
Let's check out NVIDIA.
So the Qs are lagging a bit today, obviously. It's the SPY and the Dows that seem to be the SPY and the Dow seem to be making the moves.
Isn't that almost everything?
I think Cat's doing pretty good today, I think. Yeah, Cat's up 4.7% today.
Come on, Disney. Drop it like it's hot.
Are you in Disney, Peter?
Yeah, that's the trade I took a while ago that I'm still in. I just put my stop at break even because it didn't drop as far as I was expecting. Entry is 118.60. So you could probably pick out, if you look at a 1 minute chart, exactly where I got in. But sort of my mountain pass strategy in effect.
All right.
So,
Oh yeah, nice double top.
All right.
Well, yeah, I actually got in, got stopped out, and went right back in again, and then that's what gave me this trade. So works out. So that's all good. Oh, careful, the boss is listening now. So all that stuff you're about to say, Brian.
Welcome back. Well, this Pan American Silver PAS is looking good. And my lithium trade on Toronto Stock Exchange is coming back up.
All right.
That's good.
Disney looks a little choppy here. Back and forth.
Oh yeah, Disney's been choppy for a while. It's not really pretty at all. Thought it would be good when I got into it, but it's it's not really.
You got the first good move down though.
Correct.
That's always good.
So I was hoping off of that moving average. I was watching the 200 moving average. You can see is where I consider it to have bounced off of on the 5, and it hit that and then sort of just came back up and hasn't challenged it since. So. PRCP, Duke. Let's take a peek at PRCP. Yeah, jumped up here in the last couple of minutes. Dollar move.
PRCP.
Perceptron.
Going up.
That
sounds like a scary futuristic company, Perceptron. We will manage what you see and tell you what you think here at Perceptron. Your perception is our reality.
That's what they say.
That'd be kind of scary.
I wonder if they have robots. Do they have robots too?
Maybe, I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Until the robots take over.
I was actually just watching the reboot of RoboCop. So, it's funny because the movie started really well. It really did, and then they failed. They failed to do any character development.
And it was a
failed
fail.
anyways.
Yeah.
I thought I was watching the first part of the movie, and I thought, I don't know why this has bad reviews. It's actually really good, but then they blew it.
It was a fail.
Yes, they did.
Chris, I, for one, look forward to our robot overlords, in case any of them are listening.
Skynet coming. Skynet and SpaceX merging.
Yeah.
So on the
Well, you
earnings front today,
I'm down with that. I'm down
we
with
don't
that.
got much on the earnings front today. Just cruise. Sushi. Sushi USA. So
it's a $4 million, $4 million revenue. So they have less than 20 million revenue a year. Wow,
yeah.
that's
So probably not
that's
going to
not
be
much.
something that's going to be very interesting. But tomorrow before the open, we got United Health Group, Goldman Sachs, PNC Bank, and U.S. Bank Corp. Those typically are going to be
UNH.
our ones for tomorrow.
Yeah, the only time I put UNH on my list is usually around usually earnings. I don't like the way it trades most of the rest of the time, but it's a little higher price. But hey, if you're watching Tesla, then nothing should scare you these days.
Yeah.
So
The interesting thing is, as I've been going through these earnings and looking at them, their expected revenue growth is actually in the positive, which is very few companies have that.
for United Health. Well,
Yeah, for United Health. So if you
well,
look up
this is
there, they got 5.9% expected revenue growth. So
Speaking
it's
of
like
Tesla,
running
freaking out.
Oh yeah. It's like running a bankruptcy firm in the Great Depression, right? You're the one guy whose business is booming, you know, or a repo guy.
Okay, we got 19 minutes to the close here. Tesla was looking like it was trying to break higher. SPY is pushing higher, and NEO is following suit, like it usually does with Tesla.
Qs are moving higher as well.
Yes, they are.
See what you're going to do, Tesla. Let me. I'm going to create a couple of slides here since I'm low on screen real estate right now. But NEO.
Wow, Cat. That's interesting. Cat is really breaking out today. That's interesting.
Caterpillar?
Yeah, on a
Cat
daily,
is-
it's just yeah.
Wow.
Coming back to early June, we had a 140 high roughly. So
39.94.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, good day. $6 for
Yeah.
Caterpillar. That's pretty good.
That is
Very
a good
good.
day. Did anybody catch any news on it?
Check our friends at Benzinga. I don't see anything. VXRT. Yeah, Chris, you took that. Didn't you take that on Extreme Reversal? Didn't I see you post? Let me get out on that. Oh, no, it was Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan took that off the Extreme Reversal right at the top. You still
Workhorse.
have any left in it, Brendan? No. Oh, jeez. You pulled an Eamon. You got out too quickly.
Yeah. The big stock today for it seemed like the community was mRNA. Everybody seemed to be trading that very well today, this morning.
I did not trade it at all.
And I think
Not at all.
I think the biggest disappointment was WFC.
Yeah, actually, I was watching both WFC and JPM, and they went in opposite directions than I expected, and from each other. It was very strange watching them at the same time, especially. They just neither one was moving as expected. I didn't end up taking a trade on either because I couldn't figure out the price action. It was not making sense to me.
Yeah. If you look back at
Chris,
the 5-minute now, it's just sideways.
Yeah,
WXC.
exactly. It looks like nothing happened. EQ, that was a crazy spike right to VWAP there, 1550.
It's very erratic. Erratic.
Yep, right up to the VWAP and back. Yeah. Definitely. So pull up, Brian, you're not in any trades, are you? Peter, you're just still holding on to Disney, right?
I'm in some swing trade. I'm still in space. Space.
You have that every time you say it, Brian. There's this weird echo. It's amazing.
I'm still in space.
Still in space.
I did sell a fair amount of it yesterday, and I actually bought a little bit back today. So on this dip, but I'm thinking I'm just going to hold it. Hopefully, it won't erode on me too much here.
Nice.
I still think it's good for a run into their commercialized space travel. I just think it's a story. It's kind of a story stock. It's probably that story. I'll probably carry it.
Yeah. So before we get in the last 10 minutes, I'll pull up a couple of trades as I was mentioning. So here's Thor's, right? Thor's opening MNRA trade. And I wanted to highlight Thor's and Carlos's because they're almost identical trades except for some of the partialing that went out. It just goes to show you what the power of a community can do as you start to learn and just develop your strategy around others in the community, because this wasn't a call out trade. This was just them trading their strategy, and it ended up trading very, very similar. So this is Thor's getting in kind of on a 5-minute opening range breakout as it breaks above the moving averages. And then here we go with Carlos's. Let me pull his up here. Carlos is in long right about the same time, a little bit later for Carlos than Thor, but he took his partials on the way up as well, and then got out as it went. But the same distinct pattern was kind of there. And as I was looking at a lot of the trade reviews or trades that were submitted today, very similar trade on MNRA. And I just found it interesting how we have all different different people from the community trading it, but they're trading it independently within their own individualized strategy. So it was quite nice to see.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, yes.
Yeah, very nice classic opening range breakout trade. Just a little, you see that nice little gap up, then pull back on the open. You can either take a bit of a flyer and take an entry there, and then add to your position on the break higher is one strategy, or just wait for that breakout.
Yeah. And then there was the big dump. I was already kind of away from the screen, but that big dump came in. A lot of people managed that very well today.
The
big dump.
Come on.
Oh, on mRNA right here after
okay.
it kind of tested that pre-market high. I mean, that's a large candle. I mean, it's
SPY is.
Darn it! I got greedy. Oh, dang it.
SPY is breaking out here.
Yeah. I took a short on Microsoft. I got greedy. Instead of taking a partial when I had 20+ cents on it, I wanted more. and I ended up having to get out, break even. Look at it. So, and I'd like to officially declare Disney sucks.
Still going in.
Yeah. It's a little bit hard
Here
to.
it comes. Right, almost back to your break-even point. Oh,
Yeah, I'm out.
there it is.
I'm out of Disney. I told you, Disney sucks. Sucks.
Well, we've got a nice little
Kinda
pop
like
coming
water.
into.
Oh my goodness! Look at Microsoft now. What the? What the?
Yeah. Well, look at the SPY. SPY is
Ooh, yeah, look at
ripping
that
into
pop on.
the close here.
Let me pull up Apple, John. It looks like John was in Apple probably for a high of the day break. It looks like off of yesterday's tin foil line.
Yesterday's. Wow.
Yeah, so like you were talking about, Peter, right? That tin foil line, they're just random numbers sometimes, right? So this, let me zoom in here real quick. It's not letting me zoom in. Why can't I zoom in? There we go. So this 387.40s from yesterday, and you can see how it touched it, rejected it pretty well, and then came back up and punched through it again. So
NCNO is just had a new all-time high. All-time. It opened at noon. It's at noon.
Yeah. But it is all-time high.
It is.
I think
Gotta
that's
love
an
it.
all-time high for Apple.
It probably is too. 388.
Didn't it get a
No.
little closer? I thought it was breaking 400 one day. Well,
Yeah,
yesterday.
that's right. It was, wasn't it?
There you go. Yesterday it was 399.82. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the spike
All right.
high.
Here we go. So we're going higher. I'm just curious to know what the VIX was, because the VIX there's an interesting dichotomy yesterday. When the markets were up, the VIX was up at the same time. And this was before the sell-off, so you could kind of almost, you could have read into that. And I saw that, and it didn't register, but then I remembered it later, which was that's something that certainly you can one of those little fun things you can watch for. Now the VIX today is well off its high. It's back down below 30, 29.51 at this point. This 30 is a level I'm kind of watching.
I see. So, I think right now we got a nice little pause. Nobody's really in any trades. Nothing's going crazy. So I figure we pull up the member trade of the day today, who goes to Light, who is in our room. And once again, Light went ahead and traded MNRA as well. Uses a little bit different platform than our normal dash traders, but you can see his ticker up here in the very top, MNRA. Again, he took this he calls it a dip and rip strategy, entered even before Thor on this one, took the ride up, got out up here near the top, and then exited out on the way down. But what was really nice is he then took a second strategy, double bottom, one of your favorite strategies, Brian, with a stop at 762, and got out with a small little loss. He got a partial, and then got out at break even a little bit lower. But excellent trade management, taking a couple different strategies on a stock throughout the day. So congratulations to him. He'll be there again for next week. Or this Friday, he'll be entered in for the member trade of the week to see who we get for that one with Peter and me. So,
Dip and rip strategy.
yeah.
I like the name, anyways.
I do too. That's a nice, catchy name. It's important to name your strategies. I like that way you know what you're trading. And something catchy too. That way other people like it for you. Like to trade it with you.
Yeah. The diddly doodly trade.
The diddly doodly. I like the Rising Devil too. I like when we came up with the Rising Devil trade. That was
yeah. That's a you know what that's I don't want to say this. Shouldn't say this to jinx myself, but that is a trade that works almost. That I can't think of a time it's actually hasn't worked. So.
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent, especially the way you've played it. I've been very impressed. Your one this morning, Brian. What did you trade right off the open this morning?
I traded Win, and it got a little bit of a move on it. And what was the other one I traded? Was it Workhorse?
No. You traded. There was something I was looking at. I thought. Oh, look at that! I did trade WSC today. Huh. Wasn't it WSC that you traded right off the open?
Yeah, that's what it was. You're right. Just looking back at the trades now. Yep. Oh. TQQQ is making a nice move here. Microsoft, your buddy Microsoft, is breaking to a new high, at least high of day.
Let's see it.
If it wasn't so late, I would think that John might have been in for that one. Because I know he's had that one on his eye all day.
Mike, we had the question in the room. Where can they submit their trades for the review?
Yes. Here, just one sec. Let me pull it up for you. That way you can see it. So if you want to...
Do we have a guest? Do we have Dr. Katz tomorrow, Wednesday, or is it?
No, he
Thursday.
should be here Thursday.
Okay, Thursday. Sorry. Yeah, I was getting the days mixed up there. Yep.
Oh, Microsoft. Dang it. I went the wrong way on Microsoft.
Have a good day, Hans. Enjoy.
What a shock. The markets are up into the close.
Yeah, look at that. Yes.
We got about an hour, 1 minute left. Sorry, not 1 hour, 1 minute. Lots of buying volume coming in.
Yeah. Gotta like that. GQQ. Go, baby. Interestingly, again, the Chinese stocks are a lot of the is red.
Yeah.
Baba, Baidu, JD, Bilibili, KWeb. The ETF is are all in the red today. Netflix is basically going out flat on the day. What else? What else is of interest?
Tesla
So
still made a
Disney's up on this.
1.2% gain.
So Disney's up on the closing. Is that it? I guess, or the opening, I should say, of the parks. Must
I
be.
don't know. I looked for news. There's my closing bell. I looked for news on Disney earlier. Didn't see anything substantial.
Because really, there isn't much. I mean, Six Flags is down on the day. Of course, kind of in the same space to a small degree.
Part of their business, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. How did the airlines do? We had DAL was down, Boeing was up, and what's some of the other ones here? AAL. Down on the day just marginally.
Save, JetBlue, and Boeing were all up, and then United, American, and Delta were all down.
Save is, I think
Spirit.
Save is more of a Spirit is more of a domestic carrier. I think probably the domestics are going to be faring. Yeah, since nobody's allowing any Americans anywhere. Peter doesn't want you coming to our country.
Because that's me. I have lots of influence over that policy.
You do.
Yes, Peter does.
Peter, we know you've got it.
Yeah, just one call to Justin. He does what I tell him.
Right. Or his mother, she is doing all the speaking engagements at the cost of the taxpayer. But we should. Let's not get political. Even Canadian politics should be off limits, I guess, right?
All politics. Nothing ever comes good out of that.
Unless they affect the market in some way. Well, okay, so the gold trade was golden today, and silver was golden as well. Base ended up on the day. BCRX, I'm like, BCRX, there's something going on with BCRX.
Where's my bottle?
Where's your bottle? The tequila?
No, unfortunately.
Hard to trade without it.
30-day dry patch.
Yeah. So, yep. DEFN, the defense ETF, back up again today, holding that 1050-ish level. All right. Well, all is good in the world, so to speak.
All right. So I'll do quick announcements for everybody before we...
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And you're going to use your recent experience, Mike? Is that there you go. So you're not just telling people what to do. You did it yourself. So great.
To get through that learning curve sometimes. And then we'll end that with kind of defining yourself as a trader so you know what type of trading styles work for you, because not everything works for everyone.
All right. So, like you've mentioned, we have our podcast, which was launched a couple months ago. We're releasing content every 2 weeks. So, there's a good little library of a few podcasts you can listen to. And we've got another one coming out tonight, an update, new conversation with Dr. Jonathan Katz. We'll be talking about attitude and how your attitude while you're trading makes such a big difference to your trading. In fact, it can be perhaps the single most important factor in your trading journey. So, listen to our conversation, get his perspective as a trained psychologist on how you can manage that and how you can turn your attitude into an effective source of success for yourself. So we launch those again every 2 weeks. Look for Talk with Traders wherever you find your podcasts.
So with that, we will say bye to our
depending on where you are.
Bright eyes.